Hello and welcome to the Mutual Fund Guide. It's all about your funds and your returns. I am Muralidhar Swaminathan. As always, we are here to answer all your mutual fund related queries. Joining me on the show today is Nisreen Mamaji. Nisreen has been tracking insurance and the financial services and mutual funds industry for a very long time. She will be answering all your queries, but it's a very important thing I would like to inform our viewers, especially retail viewers. The markets are very volatile. You know, any attempt for a retail investor or a small investor to invest directly will be futile, and it could be very risky. For instance, today as we speak, the markets have seen a sharp cut because of global trends, which is often unpredictable, complex and confusing. The safer bet, as most mutual fund investors in this country do, is to go through the mutual fund route. On that note, let me take the first caller. Govindraj is on the line from Chennai. Good afternoon, Govindraj. What's your query?
Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to speak with you guys.
Yeah.
I have few SIPs. I just want to know whether it's worth to keeping it or I should change to new one.
Yeah.
And a few of them are, first is Reliance. Reliance Focused Equity Fund.
Right.
Mirai Asset in the Equity Fund.
Right.
And other is Investco Fund.
Yeah.
And other Mirai Asset Emerging Blue Chip Fund.
Right.
HDFC Mid Cap Opportunity Fund.
Oh. So you want to know whether they should be held for the long term?
Yeah. I invest around 5,000 for each and every fund. It's on SIP basis.
And how long have you been investing? Is it for 1 year or?
No. I started all at a time this January.
Okay, you started in January and it's through SIPs. Nisreen, you want to advise him on whether he should keep this for long term?
Sure. Now, Govindraj, since you mentioned that you are saving for your retirement, my advice would be to create a basket of investments, instruments, say about 60% to be invested in multi-cap funds and the balance 40% in mid and small cap funds. Now, you already have a couple of funds, which is Mirai Asset Emerging Blue Chip and the HDFC Mid Cap Opportunities. You continue with that and include Sundaram Mid Cap, IDFC Sterling Value, ABSL Small Cap or Pure Value, and Franklin India Smaller Companies Fund. You may select any of these as well. So create a strategy and stick to the strategy, for a longish time period. Try not to redeem before your retirement because you have mentioned that you want this to be your long-term retirement funding. Therefore, try to keep this investment going 5,000 rupees each at every year or couple of years. Also try to increase your SIPs because it's not enough just to start at a particular figure, but annually with an increase in income or bonuses, etc. Try to increase these SIPs as well. It will help you towards your retirement as well as your wealth creation tool.
Right.
So that would be my suggestion.
Govindraj, do you have any follow-up questions?
Yeah, one more question I have. Reliance Focus Equity Fund, it's having good amount of losses. I just want to know whether I need to continue with this one or I need to switch to other funds suggested by ma'am.
See, basically you've started in January, so this would not be the right time to review your funds. What you need to do is do a review at least once in 3 years.
Yeah.
So continue investing. That would be my advice to you, and review it. At least stay invested for 3 years before you make a decision to jump boats.
Right, Govind, thanks for calling us. The next query is mail. Nirmal Singh from Chandigarh has sent this query. He is 32 years old and is a long-term aggressive investor. He calls himself an aggressive investor. He has invested 20,000 each in Aditya Birla Sun Life Small Cap, Sundaram Mid Cap, L&T Mid Cap, Canara Robeco Emerging Equities and SBI Small Cap. What's the outlook? He's an aggressive investor in this.
Sure. So I like that, fact that you have already described yourself as an aggressive investor. Great, kudos to you. You are only 32 years old, so you have a good, at least averagely 30 odd years before you retire. So that's really a long period that you have set yourself for your retirement goal, and you may, slowly and steadily definitely meet your, desired corpus as well as meet your retirement needs, which will be, while after you're retired, you will be getting a regular income from the corpus that you have created. As far as my advice goes, you can continue with Canada Emerging Equities and the SBI Small Cap Fund. Replace the ABSL Small Cap with the Pure Value Fund, which has a slightly mid-cap orientation. Try to include Franklin India Smaller Companies Fund as well as IDFC Sterling Value. So that can be your asset allocation.
Right. Balaji has sent this mail from Hyderabad. He is 46 years old and he has invested in SIP, through SIP in MOSL, Most Focus 35, Aditya Birla Advantage Fund, SBI Magnum Multicap, Mirae Asset Emerging Blue Chip and Franklin India Smaller Companies. His objective of investment is children's education and retirement. Nisreen, his objective is very clear. Sure. And I am sure he is a long-term investor.
Right. So, Balaji, since you're about 46, I'm presuming that you need your children's funds in about 5 to 7 years. So, I would like to suggest multi-cap funds for the children's education, which would be SBI Magnum Multi-Cap, Motilal Oswal Multi-Cap 35, ICICI Prudential Value Discovery and the L&T India Value. As far as your retirement needs go, you might consider Franklin India Smaller Companies Fund, Mirae Asset Emerging Blue Chip, and alternatively invest in HDFC Mid-Cap Opportunities and the DSP Small Cap Fund. Now, the way that you need to plan basically for your children's requirement is if you need, say, 1 lakh in today's value, 5 years down the line. At about 5% inflation, this works out to 1.27 lakhs. For that, you need to invest about 1600 rupees per 1 lakh rupees that you need 5 years hence, at the rate of, presuming that you're going to earn about 10% on an annualized rate. So this is just to put things in perspective. 1 lakh rupees today's value, 1.27 lakh 5 years hence, 1600 is the SIP, presuming that we earn 10% annualized return on such an investment.
Right. Very clear math there for a target of 5 years. The next call is from Mumbai. Nitin is on the line. Nitin, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. What's your query?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah. Continue,
yeah,
please.
Can I put my query?
Yes, please do. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I have invested almost from 2015 in almost about 22 to 24 different mutual funds.
Oh.
I am not a very good I'm not a very good fan of SIP. So I've been investing almost whenever I feel that the market is down, I go and make purchases in lump sums.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So effectively, I made almost about 20 to 24 different funds.
Right.
But now my concern is from the last year of August, I've been tracking the NAVs of all my mutual funds. And they have considerably given me a good percentage of income.
Right.
But over the period in 2018,
right.
I have found that, these NAVs have slipped low, despite the Nifty and the Sensex being up.
Right.
Okay. Now, initially, I don't know what it is, but I have effectively got some emails from all the mutual funds with respect to the TERs.
Right.
Okay. So, how does this TERs actually affect the NAVs is what is my concern.
Right. Okay. I'll let Nisreen answer that question. Before that, one important point I want to make. See, you are timing the market by tracking the market and the mutual funds and investing. You are not taking the SIP route. SIP route is got a different objective because that's for people who can't track the market and who want to invest regularly. That's point number one. Secondly, since January the markets are down, so the volatility is there. On the specific issue of TERs, I will let Nisreen answer.
Sure. So, Nitin, I would like to reiterate, in fact, what Murli has said, and it would make a lot more sense if you continue to do your investments in a systematic manner rather than waiting for every correction, because sometimes you might miss it. And statistics has proven that a regular investor who invests, say, on the 1st of every month, or the 5th of every month, or the 13th of every month, actually lands up making more money than the person who waits for the corrections and invests on that particular date. So that was just a bit of advice. As far as as your question regarding the total expense ratio, which is the TER goes, basically that's made up of, the marketing expenses, distributor commissions, registrar fees, management fees, and, so on and so forth. So that would be calculated as the total cost of all these cumulative expenses divided by the total assets of that particular mutual fund. Now, yes, your query also mentions that how does this affect my NAV or how does it affect my corpus. So I'll just give you an example. Suppose your TER is either 0.5% or 1% and you're investing 1 lakh rupees for 15 years. The difference in your corpus at the end of 15 years would be 9 lakh rupees for the person who's got a TER of 0.5 and 10 lakh rupees for the person who's got a TER of 1%. So there's a difference of 1 lakh for 15 years. So that is the total expense ratio, how it can affect your corpus. So yes, definitely the compounding of the TER will matter to some extent and it will affect the corpus that you have. Also keep in mind that some of these expenses are genuine and you can't do without it. So it's better sometimes to go in for a fund which has a higher TER for whatever reason, but the performance is justifying the TER. So it's not just the TER that you look at.
Right. Nitin, one more point, observation here. You said you have 20 or 22 mutual fund schemes in your investment portfolio. I personally think that 20 or 22, if they are all equity funds, is too large a basket, because what happens, most funds invest in the same set of stocks. I will...
No. I would just try to disturb you in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 24 odd funds are not all equities.
Okay.
They are a bunch of ELSS, mid-cap, small-cap, infrastructure bond funds.
Okay.
So it's a cumulative basket, not just that. I have been analyzing the market.
Right.
In fact, I'm a Six Sigma Master Black Belt.
Right. Okay. Great.
Yeah, so I've been analyzing the market over the last 5 months.
Right.
My investment started late in my life. So I started just in 2015.
Sure. Right. Okay. Okay, Nitin, all the best with your investments. Ritesh is on the line, on the line from Ahmedabad. Ritesh, good afternoon. What's your question?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this program.
Yeah.
I have invested L&T Emerging Business Fund, then HDFC Mid Cap Opportunity Fund, and DSP BlackRock Mid Cap Fund.
Right.
I want to know about this. What is this?
Yeah. Right. You want to know whether you want to hold this for a longer term?
Yes, longer term, for 9 years.
For 9 years you want to hold. Nisreen,
Yeah.
your thoughts?
All right.
My purpose is only for wealth creation.
Wealth creation is your purpose. Very clear objective. Yeah.
All right, so great. You want to hold your investments for about 9 years. You have already decided that you would like to go in for small cap funds. So my recommendations would be the HDFC small cap fund, DSP small cap fund, Reliance small cap, as well as SBI small cap. If you'd like to share any further information regarding, maybe your children's ages or any particular reason why you are only holding on for 9 years and maybe not longer or shorter, you might share that as well.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's very clear. It's all about holding for long term and being very clear with the objective and financial discipline.
Absolutely.
And I think with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Mutual Funds Guide. News and updates will continue on the other side of a very short break. Keep watching.